I'd not been to Bhutan, but I'd heard a lot about this Shangrila place, this kingdom of happiness. And the idea of coming here to take photographs high in the Himalayas amongst these people who had been cut off for so long was just mesmerising, was just too enchanting, too much of a challenge to miss. So naturally you say yes. To be asked to take a brand new camera at the top of the line, there were no instructions because this is a prototype camera, this particular one. So I couldn't take the manual and get the tips that you would from the manual. I had to almost work it out myself and try and present a country. And the idea of going to take photographs of and portraits of the people was a real challenge. When you go to a place for the first time with a camera, the first time you've ever had it, it's a bit of a knife edge. I liked the people so much, and I felt like I was in this really special, magical place that I wanted to show respect and at least look in my photographs as good as I think they are, as pretty and as interesting as they are. In the days when we were using film instead of digital, you couldn't show people a photograph, especially in a foreign country like this. You couldn't take photographs and then show it to them and take more. A camera like this, it's like having a little television with you that you can take a photograph, as I've done time after time, take the photograph of the child who's a bit shy, doesn't really want it to be taken, and then say, hang on, look at this, and they see it. And it's like this magical mirror. And with a camera like this, where the screen on the back is so good, they can actually see themselves, even in harsh daylight, they can see themselves. So it's almost a persuasive way to get them to sit and pose for the photographs. The dynamic range of the camera was obvious from the moment you got it. So I suddenly found that I want to take portraits of people in a wide shot, far wider than I'd ever taken before, because you were conscious that everything was being picked up. And so it was getting someone in their environment, in their context, far more than I'd ever done before. And that was just because the camera could do it. It's the best camera that Lumix have done, and I've got almost all the Lumix cameras. It's an exceptional camera, and I think once you realise that it'll do whatever you want it to do, and you can therefore stretch the parameters, push the envelope, then I felt, hang on, I've got to be as good as this camera. I was taking a photograph of a little boy and his sister, just out the front of a farm. In the course of doing that, the father came up. He gestured that I go up the stairs, and we sat down and had some tea. We got talking, and I asked if I could take his photo. And he explained that he'd never had his photograph taken apart from one photograph for an identification card that he needed. Here he was, 60. I took his photo. I took many photos, and I promised to send them back to him, as I have. So for the first time ever, we had the family together. All the generations, from the kids to the great-grandmother. They all did as like a formal portrait of the family. And it was kind of special to realise that this is a one-off. This had never happened before. So to come along with a camera and take a photograph that is a real portrait, and then they can look at it and then ask you to take another one, is kind of special. I must confess I took a lot of photos, thousands, but they're amongst the best that I think I've ever taken, and that's probably a good thing because, you should be better than you were yesterday and the day before. I've been a journalist for more than 50 years, and I'm used to telling stories with words, not with pictures. And so this has become a passion of mine, and I think I probably love it more than I do writing words.